There's no doubt college is stressful. Exercising is a great way to reduce stress at any time, but it's sometimes hard for college students to take the time to do so when studying and working has taken over their life. Exercise does not always have to be high-intense, calorie-burning cardio or lifting heavy weights for half an hour to an hour. Practicing yoga has become more popular in the United States in recent years. Yoga is a quiet and relaxing way to stretch, improve flexibility and balance, gain strength, tone muscles, release tension in the body, and reduce stress. Simple, quick yoga moves and poses can be done anytime and about anywhere. I am talking with Mary Rath, senior botany major and a yoga teacher at the Campus Fitness Center, to get more insight about yoga. To begin with, what is yoga?
Yoga is a philosophy and it includes 8 different limbs, but the one we're talking about today is the asana, or the physical practice. It is different moves that were created in India and brought here to help with your flexibility, your strength, your mental focus, among many other things.
When did you start doing yoga?
I started practicing yoga the summer of 2012. I took one yoga class and I decided that I wanted to do it for the rest of my life.
What got you interested in doing yoga?
I started doing home DVDs of Pilates and then got a DVD of yoga. I went to the first yoga class and had an out-of-body experience in Shavasana and decided that that was something I needed to pursue.
How did you become a yoga teacher, or even more specifically, a 200-hour Bear Yoga certified yoga teacher?
I started attending the class at the Red Wolf Center twice a week and went consistently twice a week for an entire semester. And in December, I decided that I wanted to become a yoga teacher. I had saved up 1/3 of the tuition that it cost for the training and told my parents that I'm doing this with or without your help. I started to look up teacher trainings around me and found one in Fayetteville. And so I drove to Fayetteville and back 14 times in the year of 2013 to get my certification at the Arkansas Yoga Center, and it ended up teaching me more than just about yoga.
How long have you been teaching yoga?
I've been teaching since August of 2013. I started teaching before I was certified. The Red Wolf Center kind of taught me how to manage a group of students, and I've been teaching ever since then.
Is there any more yoga training certification you need or would like to do?
Yes, right now I stand as an experienced 200-hour Very Yoga teacher, but I would like to become a 500-hour yoga teacher, which will require an additional 300 hours on top of my training. And then eventually, after teaching for 1,000 hours on top of that, I will be considered a experienced 500-hour yoga teacher.
As mentioned earlier, you're a botany major. After you graduate, what are your career goals? Do you want to be a yoga teacher as a full-time career, or do you just plan to teach yoga part-time or in your spare time?
If I could, I would teach yoga every day and only teach yoga for my career, but unfortunately, you don't make as much money as people think teaching yoga. So I really enjoy botany. I'm very passionate about the natural world, and I do research right now in Dr. Hood's lab in ABI, which is very interesting. I do molecular biology over there, and that is something that is a potential career path, but I'm also interested in natural history collections. So in short, I have no idea what I want to do with my degree.
What can the yoga blocks be used for?
The yoga blocks are usually used to extend your limbs. So say that you can't exactly reach the ground in a posture where you're supposed to be able to reach the ground or something of that nature. And so you put the block underneath whatever body part cannot reach the ground, and it gives you that extension. I use these quite a bit in my class because they allow us to do more advanced postures safely without having the skills and flexibility required to move into those postures. Props are a very important part of my yoga practice and in my teaching.
What is your favorite yoga pose and why?
That's a really hard question to answer. I can't narrow it down to one posture or pose because I don't just have one. My favorite, type of yoga pose to practice are inversions. They are anything where your heart is above your head, so that includes downward facing dog, headstands, handstands, forearm stands. And these are my favorite because they make me feel strong. They make me feel invincible almost. And I like to think of yoga as not getting into a certain pose or getting into a certain posture and looking a certain way, but feeling a certain way. And so these give me really nice feelings.
What is acro yoga you do every other Friday?
Acro yoga is partner stretching, some people call it, but it stands for acrobatics yoga, and that's very intimidating to some people. In my class, we do very basic steps of acro yoga, and it is just doing partner stretching where you have to be comfortable and find your, equilibrium between two people, not just worrying about yourself. I like to do this because it helps students meet new people. It helps them get comfortable with not only themselves, but with themselves and someone else. And I just started doing it this semester because it's fun, it makes people laugh, and they, learn more about themselves that way, I feel like.
What are the 2 poses you do to conclude your yoga classes that most people associate with meditation and yoga?
To conclude my yoga classes, after Shavasana, we always get seated facing the front of our mats and we Om. And this is just like what you think it sounds like, Om. And this is a noise. It is not supposed to be a pretty noise. We do it 3 times through and we connect our breaths first. And so what this means for me is it's just unifying the end of my class. There's this vibration, otherwise known as an overtone, that is created whenever more than one person does it. And it's, like I said, it's just unifying the end of class. You can look up a million different reasons why people Om, but that is what it means in my language. At the very end of our class, we always bring our hands in front of our heart in a prayer position. And we sit up nice and tall, and I will always tell my students that we speak the word Namaste. And what this means in my language is that whatever is good in me, whatever is true in me, I see the exact same thing in every single one of you. And we speak this word because we are recognizing that we are the same, not one is better than the other, not one is worse. And we bow to that. So from my heart to every single one of yours, Namaste.